For our last full day in Dubai, we went to the Jumeirah Mosque. It's a welcoming mosque that allows for non-Muslims to explore and listen and learn about the mosque itself and also the Islamic religion. Here we are coming to the main entrance to the Jumeirah Mosque. When we went and visited, they were undergoing some renovations to, I believe, one or two of the domes. Outside of the mosque and also in the visitation center, there's an area, kind of like a pagoda, where you can rest and stay away from the sun. But it was a really picturesque campus. The mosque itself was built in 1976 with a few minarets and domes. Here's the front plaque of the mosque. When you first visit, for most people, this will be the visitor center where you'll visit. There are organized tours at the mosque through the Sheikh Mohammed Center for Cultural Understanding, and the tours usually begin at 10 a.m. daily except for Fridays. No reservations are required, but once you go in, usually you want to get there by around 9:45. One tip is that there is conservative dress that is suggested. So for women, they're asked to cover their arms, legs, and heads. Headscarves can be borrowed if necessary there. When you enter the visitor center, you can go up to the ticket counter and buy your ticket for the tour. While waiting for the tour to begin, you can explore the visitor center, which shows a lot of cool architecture and motifs, as well as tea sets. You're also welcomed with a nice breakfast with these, I guess, pancake-like items, as well as camel milk-based, it almost seemed like yogurt. Additionally, there were some wheat puff balls with date syrup, and also in addition to this, there were very refreshing dates as well. You could also sample the tea as well as Arabic coffee that was available there. I would have to say the hospitality and the tea sets and cups, very impressive, and really enjoyed the experience. We filled up on some of these breakfast items, and after finishing up, we then took our tour. Outside the mosque, there's an area where you can take off your shoes. You can start to see the incredible architecture and motifs. As you enter into the mosque, it opens up into this huge atrium with beautiful chandeliers. The mosque is built in the Fatimid style or architecture. The interior of the mosque was quite beautiful. It had this baby blue motif with multiple gold accents. The columns and the arches really made it quite beautiful. Very similar to some of the cathedrals and churches that I've seen. So yeah, but it's an impressive mosque. As we walked around the mosque, there are these clocks, or basically displays that shows various times, and this was explained to us that throughout the day, Muslims must pray towards Mecca at various times throughout the day, and those times are displayed on that digital display is to remind when you should do your prayers. Here in the middle and front of the mosque is where the imam would stand and lead the prayers. After a quick tour of the Jumeirah Mosque, the tour guide then had a presentation of the Islamic religion and some of the main tenets of the religion. Then she opened it up for guests to ask questions about the religion, and it was quite informative. After the insightful cultural experience at the Jumeirah Mosque, we then went to the Mall of the Emirates to check out another, I guess, main event for Dubai. The Mall of the Emirates was created or started in 2003 and was completed at an estimated cost of about $218 million. It was completed in 2005 and is a three-story complex that combines various motifs of Mediterranean and Arabic elements. Pretty cool architecture, I would have to say. In one of the main atriums of the Mall of the Emirates, you can see a lot of glass in the roof. Really allows in a lot of natural light, which really makes it nice and bright. And the amount of marble used in this project is just really impressive and really beautiful. In another part of the Dubai Mall, you can see here some more Arabic motifs and designs. But as we walk through the Mall of the Emirates, one of the key sites to go to is the Ski Dubai. This is an indoor ski resort within the Mall of the Emirates, and here are some useful information if you're interested in trying it out. Looking into Ski Dubai, You can see almost like a Ferris wheel with little tires rolling around in the snow, and then you have almost like a luge type of event in the far upper corner. And to the right is a representation of like a ski resort where there's some restaurants and eateries. Here you have a downhill sledding ride where there's two paired paths where two people can go down the sledding track. Looks pretty cool. The ride itself takes roughly about 30 seconds or so to reach the bottom. As we explored the eateries at the Mall of the Emirates, there was, of course, McDonald's. Pretty cool, but there was nothing really special in terms of any particularly unique items in Dubai. However, for lunch, we found a staple that I love, Tai Fung. It is a Taiwanese restaurant chain that serves what we call xiaolongbao, or basically soup dumplings. It has won international acclaim, including a Michelin star for the restaurant, so we had to try it out. For the full review, you can check out the review in a separate video with a link up top, but some of the highlights included the hot and sour soup. It was indeed hot and spicy as well as sour. Some of the more unique items included the crab xiaolongbao and the chicken xiaolongbao. There's no pork xiaolongbao because in Islamic world, you're not supposed to eat pork. Afterwards, we explored the Mall of the Emirates some more, and we saw this really just impressive area. You would think this is like a hotel or almost like an art gallery, but guess what? This is actually one of the restrooms, men's rooms in the Mall of the Emirates. It was just stunning, I have to say. And there's a sitting area too here. After the Mall of the Emirates, then we headed off to the Palm, or basically the Palm archipelagos, where there is you can see here in the distance, that is Atlantis. Up ahead, you see a little tunnel, and that's where the cars will go. There's usually just one direct line to the Atlantis Hotel. Here you can see after we pass out through the tunnel, we are coming around the corner to the main entrance of Atlantis. As we get to the main entrance, we're also going to see a quite impressive display of expensive cars, including Bentleys, Rolls Royces, and Ferraris, as well as Lamborghinis. As you arrive at the main entrance to Atlantis, you'll be greeted by some security that will ask you the reason for coming, and of course you'll have to let them know if you're a guest or if you're just coming for one of the restaurants. In either case, very similar to the Burj Al Arab experience. Once you enter into the Atlantis, you really feel like you've been transported into a far-off land and far-off area where it's like a mystical, fantastical experience. In the main lobby of the Atlantis, you're going to see a lot of water motifs, including kind of a shell motif, as well as in the middle here, this big Chihuly art piece or glass piece. All those little curled pieces, they're actually handmade and hand-blown pieces of glass put together, so pretty impressive. If you've ever been to Vancouver and seen the Chihuly exhibit, you'll see a piece very similar to this. Additionally, you'll see this really cool oyster shell with a spinning giant pearl, and it's more of a marble ball, but it's a pretty cool motif there. If you stay at Atlantis, you will be granted access to some pretty stunning views of not only the city, the beaches, but also the skyline. We then started to explore the various towers of Atlantis. So in the East Tower, we headed down to first. One of the interesting restaurants there was Oceano, which is an underwater bar and restaurant with a pretty impressive tank of fish that you can see within the restaurant itself. Also in the East Tower is Nobu's. So Nobu's, as you know, is an impressive Japanese restaurant. A lot of classic dishes there, so another great place to impress the ladies. Going along with the theme of water in Atlantis, if you head down to the second level or the lower level of Atlantis, you're going to see their huge water tank, which includes multiple schools of colorful tropical fish. You have manta rays there, as well as stingrays, multiple sharks. You will be impressed. This was a truly mesmerizing water tank. I almost felt like I was in or at SeaWorld, where we're from. For those of whom are interested, you can also suit up and actually go into the water tank or the aquarium and do some feeding with the trainers there. So it's pretty neat. experience. Here's a more close-up view of the aquarium. You can see this fish here is looking at us, just pleading, please, don't eat me for dinner. I think we spent about a good 20 to 30 minutes just mesmerized and staring at the aquarium. As you can see here, it's just so peaceful watching these aquatic creatures such as the stingray, some of the fish, tropical fish, as well as the sharks, just kind of slowly, just slowly gliding by through the window. We then went to the West Tower, where we saw a really cool rendition of the Atlantis Resort. This display kind of captures just the expansiveness of the hotel. Additionally, this is an expansion to the resort that they're currently building. While at Atlantis, we decided to have dinner at Saffron. Saffron serves a buffet-style dinner that supposedly has some really good reviews, so we wanted to go check it out. For the full review, please check out our review with the link above. It turned out that for dinner, it was Asian food night, so there were a lot of Asian specialties, including sushi, Chinese food, Indian food, Malaysian food, all sorts. And one of the themes there was also seafood, so it was a pretty cool dinner. Some of the highlights included the Thai dishes, including the curries. Additionally, the steamed fish with ginger and soy sauce was excellent. Here are some example desserts that they had and were offered, including gelato. After dinner, we then left the Atlantis to head back to our hotel, and here's just a glimpse of the beautiful Atlantis Hotel all lit up at nighttime. It's truly a cool sight to see. Hey, thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments and like it down below. If you enjoy these types of videos and food reviews, please also subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate it. Thank you very much.